say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders offense will go to work first. If you look at this game on paper, it really shouldn't be much of a matchup. You have a high-powered offense against, candidly, an overmatched opponent. But, hey, you never know. You got to line up and play the game.
On paper, this is a horrible matchup. But this game's not played on paper, right? Like, this defense, they're going to have to play their best game. They're going to have to play more consistent than they have. They haven't tackled well this season. They're going to have to play their best game.
Turning it on! Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
They'll ride the hot hand. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Breaks the tackle.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open up for the passing game.
Looking downfield, it's Gattiato. Got it in the middle, it's Cox. Third down conversions are huge. Got one, and they're at the 35. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. The give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Gets rid of it. With the catch, it's Cox.
And on that play, great job by the receiver working his way through the traffic in the middle of the field. That's a crossing route. It's going to take him a couple seconds to get all the way to the other side of the field, but really nice awareness by him, making the catch, coming up with a big play.
Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. And here comes the punt team. You ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense comes out for their first possession of the game. When you look at the matchups in the passing game, you might think that this guy's going to be overmatched at corner, but I think he's really looking for the opportunity to prove that he can match up with one of the nation's best.
Yeah, and this receiver always wants the ball. He especially wants it, though, today. Consider.
Oh, he's got some space. He'll be forced out of bounds after the nice gain on the run. Alabama pushing the tempo.
And listen, they didn't get the huge play off of that, but I love the ability to show that and be able to show plays off of that jet motion and just show them you're willing to complete it. But, you know, get those little chunks at a time. It doesn't have to always be a home run. That's still a successful play.
Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. Grabbed over the middle. It's Horton. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes. Let's see what the Blue Raider offense can get going. Wide receiver going in motion. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. The play action fake. Pressure coming. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback and they get him at the 46.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts up front. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive line, guys that can be versatile and line up at different positions, but create havoc in the backfield, and that's what this guy has been able to do throughout his career.
Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Handoff from the gun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front. As a result, they lose yardage.
To the air, it's Battiato. Catch in the middle, it's Lacy. Breaks into the open. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll try to get it in with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Off play action. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
How nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And they're going to head out the lineup for a field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. I think the one thing you can say here, Jesse, is that both defenses have done a pretty good job mitigating damages.
Yeah, and on that last drive, not getting it on 4th basically only cost you 3 points. That's the good news. Let's just turn the page, David, and move on.
So I think you can still be aggressive. You can still go for it on 4th down. Now you know you can trust your defense.
The Crimson Tide rolling on the ground, tries to keep momentum going. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. That's caught. It's Bernard.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. What do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
They'll run play action. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
Really nice play getting that 1st down. And listen, I know when a lot of people think about the Crimson Tide recently, they think about the success they've had at the quarterback position. A big reason why, though, those guys have been playing so well, they're throwing to NFL talent all over the field. And this dude right here, he could be the next 1st-round pick at the wide receiver position from Bama.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Wide receiver comes in motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially in the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
And this offense shows right away on 1st down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on 2nd down and goal?
Rush is on him. Incomplete. Man, oh man, is that one this junior would love to have back.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they...
Touchdown, Crimson Tide! Fit it in the window for the score.
3rd and goal situation. This quarterback here thinking, I got to find Mr. Dependable. Who is that? It's always the tight end. He does a nice job on the route. He's a really big target. That was a smart decision by the quarterback, and it ends up being a touchdown.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Middle Tennessee offense will go back to work. A little bit of feeling each other out there, down 7-3 as they open this drive. Finds his tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. Pass completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. They'll go to the ground. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping.
There he goes. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. Good work up front to get that 1st down on the ground, and now they'll go back to work. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Really nice 1st down run. And you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles. He can run outside. He can catch the football. He can block. This guy can do that.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Back to throw, it's Battiato. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. They bring the punter onto the field now. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. Here comes that Alabama offense. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. He's out past the 35. Wide run to the right. The 20. Touchdown time. Excellent pass by the back on the option. Boy, did he just scorch that defense with that score.
He shows you all of it, Reese. He's got the speed. He's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. You just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
He hit it off the left upright. No good. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Let's see what the Blue Raider offense can get going. Maybe a little more urgency as they start this drive down 13-3. Right down the middle. He's got an open man. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Finding an escape route. And this one will be stopped for no gain. So now it's 2nd and long. To the air, it's Bastiano. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big time.
Turning it on! And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Miller. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They'll run it from the gun. Looks as if the Crimson Tide will have the 1st down.
This is an offense that prides himself on being physical, so you need 1 yard, just hand it off to your back and let him go to work.
From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. Unleashes to the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on 1st down and just about turned the thing over.
And a golden opportunity slips away from the defense there. That's one he'd love to have back. He knows he should have come away with the interception there in the red zone.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Looking to throw at Simpson. Gets it out quickly. He gives him a fresh set of downs, and this one will be 1st and goal from the 6.
And the defense has to be kicking themselves for allowing a 1st down there. You're just maybe going to give them a few yards and let them set up for a field goal. Instead, you let them move the chains, and now they're knocking on your door 1st and goal.
He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bama!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. They marched 58 yards for the touchdown on that one. And he got into the house for the 6 to finish it. On the move from inside his 5. The Middle Tennessee offense will go back to work. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Powers through the defender. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, and to the next. The offensive line going to have to do a lot better job giving him some more space so he can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He's got it on the outside. He's loose. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Middle Tennessee.
I like it. You're backed up towards the end zone, and you go aggressive and spin the football. Try to make the big play, and do they ever. 90-plus yards to the house. Who needs space? I'll take 6.
And he made that extra point. The wet turf, no problem at all. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside the 10, here he comes. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
And the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, you've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close, and when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Hey, give the defense a lot of credit on that one. 3rd and about 5. Offense going RPO, so they're really putting you in a bind, but everybody doing a nice job reading their keys, and they're able to stop the back short of the first down marker. Big decision coming up here.
Makes a catch, converts on 4th down, and still on his feet. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Horton. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
And offenses keep track of yards after catch consistently. There was none there. Nice job by the defense swarming to the football as soon as he caught it and getting him on the ground.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Scanning the field, it's Simpson. Showing the arm strength to the left. He's got it! They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. This guy is special, and Alabama's had a lot of them. Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, who could make a huge play at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, big plays down the field, you get it to him, you know it could be a home run anytime he touches it. When you start mentioning those names, it just shows you the explosive nature. Everybody you mentioned, you know they can run right by you and hit those home runs, and so far, he's making some big plays in this ballgame.
On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. And again, he gets nothing. This defense is not giving up anything on the goal line. Finding it tough to make positive yardage. Now 3rd and goal from the 2. Go straight ahead. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Pop.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Alabama! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Man, what a picture-perfect start to this football game. Like, offense doing their job, defense getting the ball back, and this offense, I tell you what, it is an impressive unit to watch. They were good on tape all week studying them. They're better in person, and they are out the gate strong in this first quarter.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Let's see what the Blue Raider offense can get going. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong. And sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. Back to throw. It's Battiato. Fires complete on the crosser. Oh, he's got some space. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. A 1st down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Back to pass. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. You couldn't dial it up much better than that as he knocks it out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. This drive will start at the 6-yard line. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Motion from the wide receiver. He'll take it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on 3rd down. Power football with the run. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the 1st down. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. This guy's seriously not going to go for it this close to his own end zone. I mean, he does have a punter, doesn't he? Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. He's got a 1st down. He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the 1st quarter. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the 2nd quarter is about to get underway. play of the period, first down here. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Makes the grab. It's Bernard.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Here's a heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. Wants to throw it. Got a man. It's Bernard. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
Off-play action on first down. That's reeled in. It's Butler.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Got his man. Breaks into the open. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards. We're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Ball at the 31. 3rd and short, coming defense trying to rise up. To the air. It's Battiato. Using the quick game. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. Now setting up shop in the red zone. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Snagged in the middle. It's Cox. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. This has the makings of a good drive. The 7th play brings up a 3rd and 4. From the gun, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. Good, right down the boulevard. That'll close the gap to 14. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive things.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Steps away. He is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot. He's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. It's so nice to have a target like that.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. locked up now. Here's 2nd and long. To the air. It's Simpson. He rifles one deep to the left. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's taking the shot. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their head. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
He'll keep it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all...
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Middle Tennessee. They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in games.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Quick pass on the jet motion. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast. He's elusive, can make big plays. Nice job by the defense keeping him in the pocket and getting the sack.
Trying to get behind the defense. He's got it down outside. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A costly penalty wipes out that 3rd down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Here comes the Heat. And they dialed up the shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a 1st down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on 3rd down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete. And all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
On 4th down, looking to pass. He'll take another shot here. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. Going for it that deep in your own end, just outsmarting yourself. Offense set up 1st and goal. They're setting up the screen. He's going for the goal line. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Trying to run it in. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play. A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. defense is happy, they'll stay out there and go for it. 4th and goal from the 4. Takes a shot as he throws, and it never had a chance. Incomplete. The Crimson Tide been deep in their own end, trying to find a little breathing room. Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Looks as if he'll work his way forward and get it up to about the 11-yard line. Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Back to pass, it's Simpson. Throws to the tight end. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Complete to the left. There he goes. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Under fire. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
It's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
Makes the grab on the left. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Man, a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big gain, but you look up, and they're in 2nd and short, 2nd and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive, make sure they get to this quarterback, and make him make quick decisions.
He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now on 2nd and goal. They'll run it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. They'll try to sneak it. The sneak scores it.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And he tacked on the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes that Alabama offense. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Out of the gun to give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
The The defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the second quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
On 4th down, going to the air. He'll pull it down. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. A really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the 1st down.
Dropping back, it's Simpson. Looking for a huge play.